Welcome back to Petrograd in 1916. This is Let's Break History, the final days of Grigory Rasputin. Last week, on the final days of Grigory Rasputin. In just a few days, Rasputin will be murdered in one of the most infamous and poorly understood crimes in history. Each day, the players are going to travel to a location in Petrograd to perform their investigation. If Rasputin dies before they uncover the truth, the players will lose.
I'll go to Badmayev's clinic.
And you see that there's a book missing from his shelf. How did you get in here?
I was looking for the powder room.
Hi, Anna. I want to go to Alexandrov Market.
So you approach a man with a large scar on his neck, and he introduces himself as Dr. Stanislaw Lazarevich.
Why do I feel you're lying to me?
Felix will go to a fluoride palace. I think Maklakov is the person that I medium suspect.
It is a pleasure. What can I do for you?
Do you think you are coming to Tsar's Orthodox Christmas party next month?
I, Alexander Protopopov, am going to go to the police department to begin my investigation, checking in on Rasputin's many enemies.
Toward the end of the day, Protopopov's agents were rooting through the trash, and they found something, this letter. I'm terribly busy working out the plan to destroy R. Dmitri Pavlovich knows about everything and is helping. But first, let's hear from our friends over at the Broken Lords podcast.
Why can't he put you in the shark?
Because you can't grapple a ghost. Obviously. You can't. He's a ghost. You can't grapple a ghost.
Of course I can't. There's already a dead body involved.
Exactly.
Very full. Sometimes when you do some crime, people die. And it's okay.
We're the Broken Lords. We provide the finest actual play RPG related nonsense this side of the internet. Follow us on Twitter at Lords Broken and give us a listen on any major podcasting platform.
And now, let's return to Let's Break History. It is now December 2nd, 1916. The investigation continues. You've talked a bit about some of the information that you've acquired. Where do you want to continue your investigation for this day?
I want to go to Winter Palace. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Could I use my close friend ability to suss out more location? I assume we don't know where Pavlovich would be off the bat.
You don't know where he's going to be on any given day, so you can try to use your action to think about or check one of the places you think he's likely to go to see if he'll be there for the day.
So could I use my ability like twice again to check two places, or?
You can only use it once per day.
Right.
Can I change my mind? Can I go to the where the Rasputins are right now? Which palace is that?
Sorry, who is?
Oh, no, I mean Tsar and Tsarina.
That's Sarsky Selo, which is...
Yeah, can I go there?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can go there.
Thank you.
And then...
I thought they would be in Winter Palace, but apparently it's abandoned building. I don't want to go there anymore.
So where is Felix going to check out for this day?
I'm going to check Warsaw Station and see who's around there.
Okay, at the Warsaw Station today, you know that Vladimir Purushkevich, Aaron Simonovich, and Sergei Sukhotin are going to be there today.
3 new names.
Yeah, 3 new names. And if you would like, I can share the information for each of those people.
Be great.
That would probably be helpful. So this is Purushkevich, this is Simonovich, and this is Sukhotin. I was not able to find photographs for all of these people because photography was not nearly as common at the time.
Okay, so Sukhotin is a friend of mine, a strongly built young officer. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that I want to go to the Winter Palace for the day.
Okay, we've got Protopopov headed to the Winter Palace. Are you going to head to Warsaw Station, perhaps, Felix, or do you want to go somewhere else for the day?
Yeah, Warsaw Station sounds good. I think I know who I want to talk to.
Maria, where do you want to take your investigation?
Let me go to the Alexandrov Market.
Okay, you can go ahead and move your token there, and since Protopopov is putting food in his refrigerator. We'll start with somebody else today. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, cool. So we'll go next then to Sarsky Salo. So you traveled to the outskirts of Petrograd to the somewhat rural home of the Romanovs. Sarsky Salo is a magnificent town with royal palaces, a school, and a beautiful cathedral. The Tsarina Alexandra prefers the remoteness of Sarsky Salo to the hubbub of Petrograd, and you can immediately see why. The people here move about in less of a hurry and without constantly looking over their shoulders, though Sarsky Salo has more than its fair share of scheming politicians and nobles. You would know a lot of the people who come and go here because this is your home base. You spend a lot of your time here with the royal family, Anna. So today, the only person of interest here is Alexandra Romanova herself.
Great. I want to talk to her.
All right. So you see the Tsarina sitting alone on a garden bench. Alexandra Romanova is the German-born Empress of Russia. Her connection to her homeland is frequently cited as proof of her allegiance to the enemy, and a reason for her inappropriate influence over the political decisions of the Tsar. Those who know Alexandra well, though, and there are few, know her to be motivated by her deep-seated religious conviction and an unshakable commitment to the well-being of her family. The Tsarina features in most of the rumors about Rasputin. Many claim that she has a sexual relationship with the starets. At the very least, she respects Rasputin's religious advice and believes that he has a special connection to the divine that allows him to heal the sick and predict the future. She beckons for you to approach. She says to you, Pirubova, what brings you to court today?
I have some queries that I want to make about a person that came in light of my investigation.
What investigation is this?
We are suspecting there is a plot going on against Rasputin, and in this investigation we find out Pavlovich might have something to do with it. Since you are close, or at least know something about this person, I wanted to know what you can tell me.
First off, give me a perceive roll.
At 12.
So she clutches her necklace to her and holds her fist against her chest. When you mentioned the plot against Rasputin, she seems very upset that this could be going on. And when you mention the possible involvement of Dmitry Pavlovich, she clutches even tighter, and she says, "He's a good boy, and no royal man would ever stoop to such depths. How do you know this?"
We received a letter, which we do not know who sent it, but it mentions Pavlovich would know more about this plot. So there are two possibilities. One, either he's trying to stop the plot or he's in the center of the whole scheme. So we're just trying to find out what's going on.
Oh, well, this is very distressing. I heard nothing of this from Dmitri. I would hope that he's working for our friend and not against him.
Can you tell me where I can find him? I would like to speak to him in person.
Give me a persuade roll with advantage.
With advantage? God, I don't even need it.
Oh, that's perceive.
Oh, persuade, sorry.
Yeah, we'll persuade.
16.
All right,
okay.
There you go. She nods and she says, I will talk to his father and ask him where he shall be tomorrow, and I shall let you know.
Thank you, Zarina.
So that'll be your major action for the day. At the end of the day, I'll let you know where Pavlovich will be tomorrow. From there, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay, so we'll move on to Warsaw Station. So you decide to head to Warsaw Station, which is a major hub of activity, with goods being shipped and soldiers heading off to the front. Over 1,000 kilometers long, the St. Petersburg-Warsaw Railway connects Russia to distant Europe. You see wounded soldiers being carried on stretchers off of trains, as well as workers loading and unloading crates and barrels. There's also a number of personal train cars belonging to notable Russians at rest in a large warehouse nearby. What would you like to do here? I'll reiterate who's at the station: Vladimir Purishkevich, Aaron Semenovich, and Sergei Sukhotin.
I'm going to talk to Sukhotin, I believe.
So you meet with Lieutenant Sergei Sukhotin, a strongly built young officer of the Life Guards Infantry Regiment. He is a friend of Felix Yusupov, having met him at a hospital outside Sarsky Selo while Sukhotin was recovering from his wounds. When he sees you, he holds up his hand to attract your attention, and you come over, and he says, "Well met, Felix! Good to see you here. What brings you to the station?"
So, Colton, my big strong man, how is your wound? Is your wounds less wounded?
Perhaps I feel it less and less each day, so I will be right as rain soon, I hope.
Good.
Very old Russian expression, by the way, right as rain.
Yes, of course. The famous Russian expression. I'm looking for, my good horse boy, Pavlovich. So he seems to maybe be mixed up in something. Just need to find out more truth. You know where he might be.
Give me a persuade roll also with advantage.
I rolled 2 and best one.
Uh-huh.
Got both 16.
Alright. Interesting. So you and Anna Virubova have asked very similar questions here, trying to locate Pavlovich. Perhaps since you've both asked for information instead, I will, at the end of the day, give you the list of places where Pavlovich can appear.
Oh, okay.
And he says, so that you're looking for your friend Pavlovich. Well, is there any other way I can help you, my friend?
Yes. Say you are coming to Orthodox Christmas party. I'm worried I won't have enough to do there.
Oh, where is it?
There will be one at the Tsar's palace, and there will be an equally good one at Yusupov Palace. Maybe Western Christmas too. But you need White Elephant's gift.
Give me a perceive roll. Right, that's a 14. He seems like he's just being polite that he doesn't want to come to your Orthodox Christmas party when he says, "Oh, of course, I will be there."
Good. Though, there really will be lots of things, like, there'll be wine and cakes and baby Jesus, and later Orthodox baby Jesus, Christmas things.
I very much look forward to it.
Right.
Alright, so we'll call that your major action for the day, and we'll move on to either Alexander or Maria. Who wants to go next?
I'd be happy to go next.
Okay, we'll go then next to the Winter Palace. So you hot-foot it to the official residence of the Tsars, the Winter Palace, which has been the seat of power of the Russian Empire for hundreds of years. With the royal family currently staying at Sarsky Selo, the Winter Palace has become more of an ornate office building. Russian aristocrats and officials are meeting in the hallways, pages and aides going back and forth between the offices. This is where the offices of Alexander Protopopov, Minister of the Interior, are located, so this is your home base. Persons of interest here today, let me see. Mikhail Andronikov and Dmitry Pavlovich.
Ha-ha!
Done! So you can speak with either of them, or you can snoop around for some clues. What would you like to do?
Interesting. Give me a second here. I'm thinking about my strategy. Thinking about how I'd want to approach this Pavlovich character if I decided to do that. Let me look at that letter one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm going to try to talk to Dmitry Pavlovich because that was who I was looking for.
Okay. So you see a straight-backed youth with sunken eyes, Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich, a close friend of Prince Felix Yusupov and a first cousin of Tsar Nicholas. Dmitry Pavlovich is a decorated war hero. He has been serving in the Life Guards Horse Regiment since the start of the war with Germany, and has already distinguished himself in combat. He nods politely as you approach. So you might have met him here and there, but you don't have a close relationship with this person.
Sure. So I walk up to him and I say, Prince Dmitry, it is good to see you. I trust you are keeping well these days?
I am, and who may I ask am I speaking to?
Oh, my apologies. I believe we have met at least once previously. My name is Alexander Protopopov.
Oh, I see. You are one of these men who have come into their money through hard work. Is that it?
Can I tell whether or not he means that as an insult?
Roll a perceive roll for me, and then I'll let you know.
Okay. Oh, also, do I have to roll a furniture roll to see if I actually...
Yes, actually, do roll that furniture roll as well.
Okay. So my perceive was a fail, but I'm going to roll this furniture.
No!
Oh, damn
two
it.
nat ones in a row. So you walk up to this person, and he says something vaguely insulting to you that you just goes right over your head, and then he walks away. And you continue your conversation for a little bit. So why don't you keep going? What is it that you're going to try to say to this person?
I ask this person, what has been keeping you busy recently? What have you been up to?
Person is strangely silent.
Oh, come now, you must be doing something. You must, I'm sure you're not sitting around the palace all day, every day.
After about 5 minutes of this, you realize that you've been speaking with a telephone in your office.
I take the receiver and I slam it down and I say, Drat! I had him right where I wanted him!
Excellent. All right. So that is your major action for the day. Unfortunately, wasted on speaking to a telephone, not through a telephone.
Oh man. Okay, so I will use my minor action to direct my team of investigators to follow Dmitry Pavlovich. Since I know where he is right now, I'm going to pick up that telephone and I am going to call my team. And I am going to say, "Get over here immediately and begin following this young man."
Okay. So mechanically, what that will do is they will let you know where he's going to be tomorrow, which is information that you already know your other players are going to have.
Can I change that then?
Yeah. They could do some other investigations for you.
Yeah, let me think. Ooh. I order them to come over here. So Dmitry is he's a noble, right? And we're in 1916. I don't imagine that he would have a car yet, right? So he has a carriage, presumably, yes?
Actually, there are cars in Petrograd at this time, and Pavlovich is certainly rich enough to have one.
Would he have a driver, then?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to direct my investigators to try to get here, find Dmitry's driver, and have them ask the driver who Dmitry has visited recently.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuade roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oof. All right.
So close.
One short. So your investigators go and find a driver and drill him on the location of Dmitry Pavlovich. He knows nothing due to the fact that he is not Pavlovich's driver.
Classic buffoonery from this team.
I imagine these guys like the Keystone Cops, if you're familiar.
Yeah.
And they are not good at their jobs. So, unfortunately, that's a couple fails for Protopopov this turn. He had a potential person of extra interest in his grasp and then let him slip.
Thank you for listening. I interrupt you mid-episode with the plea of exactly 35 seconds in case you feel like skipping it. This is an independent podcast produced by Burning Tavern Games, and we would love your support. You can find us at letsbreakhistory.com. The best way you can support us now is by rating and reviewing the podcast whenever you're listening to it. The first 100 reviewers who give us 5 stars will get a special prize. More info on that later in the episode. Regardless of how you choose to support us, we're just happy that you're listening. Phew, was that 35 seconds yet?
So we'll go finally to the Alexandrov market, where Maria Rasputina has headed for the day, and I believe one of you has already headed to the market before, right? Did some?
Yes, I think someone was yesterday.
I did,
Yeah.
and I what's his name? I talked to the soldier, and he was very promising.
Right, you talked to Lazavert. So Lazavert's back at the market again today, and so is Simoniko Pakadze, who is Maria's current squeeze, as it were.
Uh-huh.
And Dmitry Rubinstein. So take your time to read through these, and if you want to talk to any of them, you can, or you can snoop around for clues. To give you some more background on Pakadze, he's a decorated war hero, and he's currently engaged to Maria, but Rasputin is not super into him. He's instead pressuring Maria to marry a man named Boris. And the man...
I don't like that.
And Pakadze has, according to Maria's own writings at the time, set her heart aflame. He is lithe, virile, and strong.
I like that. I think I'd like to talk to Rubinstein.
Okay. You notice a Jewish man in very nice clothing standing around as if waiting for somebody. He inclines his head as you approach and introduces himself as Dmitry Rubinstein. You have heard this name before. Rubinstein is a wealthy and well-connected banker who uses charity to maintain his place in elite Russian social circles. With the help of Rasputin, Rubinstein may well convince the staunchly anti-Semitic Russian elites that he deserves to become a state councillor. Rasputin recently helped Rubinstein gain an audience with the Tsarina, and Rubinstein frequently invites Rasputin to parties and capitalizes on Rasputin's connections to make lucrative business deals, usually giving Rasputin a cut. This is certainly a person who Maria has seen and spoken to on occasion, either at your father's apartment or you've probably attended some of the parties with your father at Rubinstein's residence.
I love a good party.
So as you approach, he says, "Maria, what can I do for you?"
Oh, it looks like you're waiting for someone. Who are you waiting for?
Oh, well, it's actually a bit of a delicate matter. Give me a perceive roll.
18.
You think that specifically because it's you who's asking him this question, that he's being a bit dodgy, that if some other person had asked him this, that he would be more forthright.
Dimitri, don't we know each other a little better than this? Don't you trust me?
Roll a persuade roll.
17.
Nice. Very good.
Good
right.
with the rolls today.
So he leans in conspiratorially and he says, "Well, can you keep a secret, Maria?"
Of course I can.
Can you keep a secret from your father?
I suppose that depends on what the secret is, but I'm very worried about him, so...
Well, this is perfectly innocent, I can assure you.
Then I will.
I simply intend to give your father this case of Madeira, and I am to understand that the chief of police is going to see him soon, so I am meeting him here at the market to then give to him to give to your father.
Well, why don't I just take it?
Give me another persuade roll.
9. Not so good.
He says, "Oh, please, do not bother yourself. You're a weak woman, please. We'll let the men carry this heavy case, and I have other business with the chief of police as well."
Well, I guess that makes sense then.
But that's, I think, your major action for the day. Rubinstein bids you a kind farewell and asks you one more time to keep the case of Madeira a surprise for your father.
Absolutely. You know how he loves surprises.
All right. And I think that was our last person for the day, right? Or
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, go ahead and move your characters back to the garden and talk amongst yourselves.
So, I think I may have source to figure out where good soft horse boy Pavlovich will be tomorrow.
So, Zarina is supposed to send me some information about the same person. We will find out if it's the same information from both ends or different.
So Pete, I have a question about Alexander Protopopov here. I've kind of, really dropped the ball on this one because I'm going a little crazy. Do I necessarily tell everybody what happened today with me? Or do I feel some secret shame about the fact that I just let him go away and spoke to a telephone all day?
It's up to you how honest you're going to be with your fellow teammates. Perhaps you're in denial about your condition. Perhaps you're full well how things went, and you just don't want people to know. That's fine. In which case, you can just say, "Oh, I found nothing."
Yeah, Protopopov is honest with himself, but he comes back to the Taberchesky Garden, and when asked what he turned up today, he says that he was busy with paperwork in his office all day, and did not see anyone of interest at the Winter Palace.
Okay.
Winter Palace was
him. And no one of interest. There was Dmitri. No, not Dmitri.
Anyone but him.
No. God, so many names. There was Mikhail Andronikov was there, but I did not speak with him. I was too busy. Much too busy.
Well, it's not like you'll have to plan 2 Christmas parties.
I am intrigued by Rasputin meeting with Chief of Police. When I saw Beletsky, he did not seem fan of Rasputin and inclined to give him case of Madeira.
Yes, I also spoke to him and he said the same thing, but he was very secretive about it.
Perhaps I will see Stepan tomorrow.
Yes, I'm a little suspicious of this. He didn't want me to tell my father, but also he didn't want to let me just take it to my father.
I'm a bit suspicious about even very close friends. People we considered close to Rasputin. At this point, everyone is a suspect.
That is our episode. Lieutenant Sergei Sukhotin, who let you in here? I was just wandering around and happened to find this, but... Go away. You can read the history facts at the end. Fine, I'll wait. Alright, good. So, that's our episode. Thanks so much for listening. If you are enjoying the podcast, please consider supporting us by joining our Patreon. Member benefits include early access to episodes, and for a limited time, a history fact of your choice at the end of an episode. Remember to review us, too. The first 100 reviewers of the podcast will be given historian status in our Discord for free. If you give us a 5-star review, just send us a link to your review using our Contact Us page of our website, and one of our moderators will give you special access. We love hearing from our listeners, and you can tweet at us using @BurningTavern and find our Facebook page at facebook.com/BurningTavern. There's also our main website, BurningTavernGames.com. Thanks for listening again, and remember folks, sometimes history does not quite repeat itself. See you next week. Alright, I'm back, and I'm here with a couple history facts from our generous patrons over on patreon.com. Thank you so much. We have 2 facts for today. The fact number 1, sent to us by Henry Grady, is on December 6, 1917, which is just 1 year after the events that are described in this podcast, 2 ships collided in Halifax Harbor, one of the largest man-made explosions prior to the atomic bomb. 2,000 dead, 9,000 injured. The city of Boston then sent aid to Halifax, and every Christmas, the people of Nova Scotia send a huge tree to Boston as a thank you for their help. Our second fact has to do with French history. During its flight from revolutionary Paris to royalist Montgomery, the disguised French royal family chatted with peasants and accepted applause from townspeople along the way. Predictably, this led to their recognition. That's it for me. Time to go back to wandering around.